Career Trail, your success journey begins here.
It is another exhilarating edition of the Career Trail right here on Joy Learning TV and Joy News. Of course, if you are watching this program, you have definitely made the right decision, because it is only on this program that we tell young ones not to focus too much on white-collar jobs. Remember, we are not saying white-collar jobs are not good, but in the face of unemployment, when you are not exposed to one, we want you to discover your skill, use it to your advantage, and then make money out of it. And that is why we bring on board entrepreneurs who are doing so well in the Ghanaian industry. They identified their skill, a talent, and used it to their advantage. They have made businesses out of it, and today that business or businesses are feeding them. And that is why we want you to watch this program and then take notes from their story. Today, as usual, I have here with me an amazing entrepreneur. If you are ready, I was definitely born ready to do this. Let's take a look at the profile video of my guest.
This week on the Career Trail, who is our guest?
She hails from the Volta region of Ghana. She is a Ghanaian actress, TV presenter, and entrepreneur. She is a graduate of the Ghana Institute of Journalism. She is also trained as the beauty therapist at the FC Institute of Beauty Therapy in Ghana. She is known for her unforgettable roles in popular Ghanaian films like The Prince Bride, I Love You But, Never Again, and Northern Affair. She won the 2010 Best Actress in Comedy Award at the Terracotta Awards in Nigeria and was nominated for Best Actress in a Supporting Role at the 2010 Ghana Movie Awards. Besides acting, she recently launched a new venture, Traffic Shawarma. Our guest for this week's edition of Career Trail is Beverly Afaglo.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you have it right there. Today on the Career Trail, I have here with me an actress, and of course, she is an entrepreneur. Help me welcome Beverly Afaglo. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. It's a pleasure to meet you finally.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, dear.
Okay. So, when your name comes to mind, the first thing that comes on everybody's mind is she is an actress. Yeah. Aside that, can you tell us a little about yourself? What don't we know about you?
That's hard to tell, because I think I'm almost like an open book.
Okay.
Except, of course, everyone has a private life, family and everything, but aside that, there's nothing that is really hidden. This is me, Beverly Afaglo, actress. Been doing this almost 2007 till now.
Wow.
So, yeah. Basically, I've been in your faces for a long time.
Growing up, the upbringing, how was it like? Where did you grow up?
I grew up in the south.
Wow. Accra.
Born and bred in Tema, yes. Born and bred in Tema. And I'm in a big family of 30.
30?
Yes. My father has a lot of children.
Wow. And your number?
Within the 30, maybe I'll place myself at 22.
Wow.
Or maybe 21.
Wow.
Yeah, thereabout. And but between my mom and my dad, I'm the last born. We are 6.
Oh, okay.
We are 6.
Okay.
I'm the last born. And the Afaglo family is a big family. So born and bred in Tema, schooled in Tema, went ahead to see my mom's village, Asante Mampong, and I schooled in Mampong Secondary. Then from there, GIJ, PR and communication. Then afterwards, actually before that, I did makeup and stuff at FC.
Oh, okay.
To while I would time, whilst I was thinking of going to tertiary.
Oh, okay.
So, Madam Grace amazed my cousin, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had to go through the school to test trial it.
Oh, okay.
So from there, FC, I did beauty therapy and cosmetology, and I did GIJ as well. Then after GIJ, I then realized that I wanted to be on TV. But before then, I was dancing.
You were dancing?
I was dancing. And I used to be in a group in Tema called Weak Bones. We used to dance at events in Tema. We were just enjoying ourselves. I never thought of acting, if you ask me. But along the line, I found myself wanting to be on TV. So I started going for auditions for movie. But before that, I went on TV for presenting.
Okay, so before we talk about that journey, let's still talk about childhood. You had supportive parents to put you through school. Okay, so before you even decided that, okay, you wanted to come on television, you wanted to be recognized, what was the dream? Who were you looking up to? Did you have any role model at that time?
Of course, Angelina Jolie.
Oh, wow.
Yes, Angelina Jolie. I really wanted to be like her. I think she's one of the reasons I wanted to just hold a gun in a movie, because Salt was amazing growing up. We've seen Salt and a lot of her movies in the past, and it's always been good. And at that time, there was influx of Nigerian movies, and we saw a lot of these superstars, and Rita Dominic was everything to me. I was more drawn to the men, Olu Jacobs and Sam Dede.
Okay.
Like, I loved how they act. I
Okay.
loved, for me, when it comes to acting, is diction, is how you deliver your lines more than how you look or how you dress or whatever. But with Rita Dominic, it wasn't because of how she acted, really. It's just, I love the personality. She's beautiful, she's gorgeous, and she dresses good. So I wanted to go to Nigeria just to see Rita Dominic.
Wow, have you met her yet?
Yes, I have.
Wow.
So I think at 20 or 21, I didn't even tell my family. I went to Nigeria. I went to see Rita Dominic at an event.
You went to Nigeria because of her?
Yes, I went to Nigeria. Yes, I knew people there.
Okay.
So yeah, I went to visit. But my main focus, I mean, growing up at our time, now the kids, social media, they know what's going on. But in our time, my mind was, the moment I enter Lagos, I'll see the stars.
Hey.
The moment I enter Lagos, I'll see the stars. Okay, no, they have some places they hang out. When you go there, you find them. It was quite difficult, but later, I think Ovation was doing an event that same week, and I got a chance to have a ticket to go, and I met her and Chidi Mokere. I still have that picture.
Wow. Let's now talk about school. You went to your preschool, now went to, before you went to Ghana Institute of Journalism, you went to secondary school. Which secondary school did you attend?
Mampon Secondary, at Mampon.
Was it a first choice?
It wasn't, it's not part of my choice at all. Okay, I was a bad girl. Very naughty girl. So my mom wanted to throw me away.
So that was the option.
That was the option, because I remember so well, we sitting in the bus and going, my mom was like, they want to me sign crab because you won't find a way. Masadi wa cross it. So like, my mom just wanted me to go away, and she wanted me to meet her family. My mom is Ashanti.
Okay.
So she wanted me to meet my family because we've never been there. So she just went to throw me away, and I can't find a way to come back. Yeah, more or less like that. So, and that was the school she got, because it wasn't a choice. It wasn't any of my choices of school. So I ended up in Mampo.
But did it change you?
Yes, it did.
But even before we asked, did it change? Okay. What were you doing?
What was I exactly? What was I doing?
Yeah.
Looking back right now, I think being a parent, being a mother, I think I would say if my child was me, she was naughty, yes. Because no parents will allow the child, especially a girl, to be going out to parties, to be at events. I told you I was dancing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be at every event. I wanted to go out every time. There is an event here. We'll try and talk to the organizers. We just want to dance, you know. I remember I featured in Akitechie's dance. I go. So that time, that was a dream. We just wanted to be part of showbiz. I had not seen that I could act. I didn't even know. I'm not part of the people who acted in church and schools and stuff, no. So it was just a dancing for me. And in school, I was an entertainment prefect, and I always mime people's songs. I knew every rap.
Hey.
Yes. Reggie's rap or Bradford's rap, yes, all those ones, I knew them. I could perform and everything. Even though I was singing, I was rapping. I was more into dancing. So it was dancing for me. And because Tema held a lot of events that time, Miss Acapulco Bay, Miss this, Miss that, Tema, whatever. So Like almost every weekend, every other weekend, I want to go somewhere. And my mom couldn't take it. Like, you are always going out. And Vision 66 was in Tema. And we want to watch every Diabolo movie that comes out. So like, oh, the movie is out. When we close from extra classes, we go and watch a movie and I'll come back home at 9 or 10 because maybe we watched the 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock movie. And when we get back home, there was a story building here, like upper terrace, like open like this.
Okay.
Mom will close the gates and you have to sleep there. Mosquitoes will finish you. But in the morning, after this punishment, they will still beat you.
But
Tomorrow,
you still go. Wow.
So like, I was that naughty that she felt like, you have your friends here. I think the influence is here in Tema, in Accra. People, all your friends are going to Cape Coast, whatever. You won't meet them. I'm taking you somewhere nobody knows you. You don't know anybody. Go and start afresh.
Wow.
That's how come I ended up there.
All right. So now when you went to the school, that something changed?
It's inbuilt, right? It's inbuilt. Entertainment is me. So I was quiet for a long time because the punishment was too much. So even though I'm not a quiet person, I can actually keep to myself for a very long time because I remember very well that one time somebody made some comment in the cupboard room and Chobo's room. Then I giggled. Then they say, they thought I don't talk or something. So I was very quiet for a long time till like maybe second year that they realized, okay, she can sing, she can perform. So they gave me a chance to do all those things. So before I could say Jack, they gave me a chance to be the entertainment prefect. So it was inbuilt and I could lead. So apart from everything, I can organize events, I can write the letters to the teachers, the board, for them to understand that we don't just need the speakers in the house. We can give us some money. Let us go and rent more speakers, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so.
Okay. But I hope you weren't running out of school illegally to go and attend any event.
Oh, we went to Lord Kenya shows. Yeah, we did. We did. We went to Lord Kenya shows. But luckily, we were never caught. Luckily.
Hey, I wish your house mistress or headmaster was watching.
Luckily, we were never caught. We went to Lord Kenya shows once or twice that I remember. And it was fun growing up. I mean, sometimes you have to let it go through you. So that we can also advise the people coming that, okay, we are not saying don't do it, but do it like this.
Okay.
Basically. Because they would do.
Okay, but how was your grades?
My grades after school were not bad. They were not bad because to me, I think English is everything. Okay. You speak English.
Yeah.
If you love to read, I love to read, but now I can't read. I don't know why. I don't know why. I find it so difficult to read, except I need some information on it, but I'm not the type that reads everything like I used to. Yes, but before, I'll read everything.
Maybe social media is taking your time.
I think so. I think so. Before, I can read just about everything to get information, but now it's very hard. But yes, because I love to read, maths is not reading. Maths might not be part, but every other thing, I won't call myself the best student or even one of the best, but I was an average student.
Okay. Yeah, and what course did you study there?
Oh, general art.
You did general art, okay. Then right after secondary school, you went to GIG?
FC, before GIG.
Okay, FC. Yeah. So what informed that decision?
At the time I finished school, my mom was in America. She wasn't here.
Okay.
And I think my older sister that I lived with was also not around. So like, I was the only person, my sisters were married. Like, I was the only person at home. And as usual, they think I will go out too much. So they wanted me to be somewhere to get useful before I decide on tertiary. So my father said, that's the daughter, my cousin, Grace Ami, FC. So he said, go and meet your cousin and start the school whilst you decide on what to do.
Oh, okay.
So that's how come I went to FC to learn makeup and beauty therapy.
Okay. So after that course, why didn't you consider doing makeup?
I actually did for a while.
You did for
a while? Yes,
I
had a salon. I had 2 salons actually. I started with one, then I stopped, then I went out to rent a shop.
Oh.
And yes, I employed 1 or 2 people as hairdressers and stuff because I didn't do hair. I was more into facial and skin and stuff, yeah. So I started with that business for a little while. Then, even though I wanted to do business, maybe I didn't know how as much as I know today. So it didn't thrive. So I gave up. Then school came, then marriage, then kids. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you pursued public relations at
Yes.
GIJ. Why public relations over journalism?
I just wanted communication. I wanted to talk. So as I was talking public relations, I know I can relate with people. So I just needed those things. Education is good, yeah. But I also feel that when you find your field, you should rather gravitate towards that so that it's easier to achieve more because of what you've learned. Because some people will learn certain things and that's not what they'll end up doing.
Okay.
Yeah, and it wouldn't make sense just because, okay, you have a degree lying under your pillow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So at GIJ, that time you had discovered that you wanted to be an actress.
Yes, I
So,
had.
okay.
Yeah. I started auditions and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So now let's talk about the acting journey. Where did it start from?
I now knew that I wanted to be on TV. From the
Okay.
onset, it was just, okay, I love showbiz. Now I want to be on TV. I want to act. That time was very difficult to get into the game. At the time, it was just Jackie, Majid, and the older ones, Pascaline Edwards and Akofa Gianni and those people. There were not much of younger people.
Okay.
And with them and we coming in, it was very difficult because it was CD covers that were selling at that time. And producers will not give just anybody a chance. So we have to go through auditions. So going through auditions, I've gone through auditions like 2 years. And nothing is really happening. But we were actually having fun because we became family and we see each other at different auditions. And when you look forward to even seeing them because there's so much to talk about and all that. So going through auditions along the line, I met Pakwisi Akom of TV3. And somebody introduced me to him actually to say, you speak very well. I think you can be a presenter. So go, let Pakwisi train you to be a presenter. So I went through Pakwisi for a little while. That was when I got a chance to host Music
Oh, okay.
for 3 different episodes or so. Before, that was when Stacy went to put to bed the first child. And I went through for like 3 different episodes or so. I did a live show. It was incredible. I loved it. But at the same time, I had gotten a contract to host a documentary for ex-president, His Excellency Ajikun Kufuor. It was his time, his era, and they wanted another term. So the documentary was to show the world what he's been able to achieve in the 4 years so that people can vote for him again. So we went out there in different parts of Ashanti region in particular, and we did recordings for them. But you know, documentaries can be boring, so they needed a presenter to make it lively, present and bring the life into it, culture and everything. So I did that for a few months, and because of that, I couldn't be part of TV3 again. So when I came back, I got another show, Fashion and Style, for Metro TV, which I ran for more than a year. Yes, so around that time, I was still going for auditions. Then just one day, I got a chance to feature in Return of Beyonce.
So that was your first movie?
Yes, my first movie.
How was it?
It was great. I was prepared for it because we rehearsed. There were many times that they would give you scripts to learn, like some scenes to learn and audition for. And those scenes are actually part of a movie that they are shooting. And they don't call you back for the movie. So when you watch the movie, you can literally recite what you're saying.
But how does that make you feel?
And funny enough, I felt it was just a training for me because I know your lines, I'm saying it, I'm excited, I think I know this, you know. It was good because it wasn't as if they promised you anything. You went for audition, you were just not chosen. So we went through that phase for a little while, and I remember like 2 different times that producers called me and gave me a script. They didn't give me a script actually. They would just tell me that this movie, you are part of it. You are part of the maidens, because that time we used to do a lot of those village maidens, kingdom. So you are part of the maidens, and you are the gossip, those waka pass. I said, where is my line? They will say, oh, when something happens, you pass here, and all of you gossip and laugh. I say, I'm not doing.
Hey.
If I don't say a line, I'm not doing. I will not start with waka pass, and you people will leave me there. So 2 different jobs, I rejected it because I knew I wanted to say something to show them that I can act.
And you finally got the opportunity.
And I finally got the opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that first movie paved way for you to be featured in other movies. Yes. So did you leave presenting completely?
No, at the time, no, I didn't. I think I was still doing fashion and style on Metro.
While you were acting?
Yes, while I was acting.
Okay, so at what point did you leave?
I can't even remember. I think acting became demanding, and I realized I love acting more than presenting. And yeah, basically. So I just went off.
Okay. Okay. So can you share with us some of your best encounters while on set?
Best encounters. Oh, that's a lot. I mean, it's been years, so I can't really recall or wrap my head around anything. But I know we've had moments on set, and I mean, most of the A-list actors right now are people that I started with. Not Jackie, obviously. Nadia also came to pass, but people that we really started working with, Yvonne Nelson, Yvonne Okoro, Gloria, Osaisafo, Rosalind Ngisa, Vicky Zuga, and the guys, Edinate and the rest. So it became like family. So whenever you go on set, you meet them, you're very comfortable. Then John Dumelo came along later. Okay. So it became like family. So you always look forward to working with these people because creatives are very funny. You all know that you're very funny. So we are fun to hang around each other. So you look forward to working. And there are moments that I can really recall because we always have great time working together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So now let's bring Mommy in. How did Mommy feel when you went into acting?
As I said, Mommy was in America. She wasn't here. So I think my family did not even recognize how big I was. Yeah, it was just, I think my best sister that I was here with, I was home with most of the time, that she knew that I was about to work constantly, that people started seeing me, because when you're doing TV in particular, people in the area start recognizing you. So it was my sister that realized that, okay, my sister is a star, my sister is a star. But not until when they start going out, and Afaglo is not a common name. It's not like Ajimai, Gwedu, whatever. Yeah. So when she mentions her name, then people can now relate. Oh, are you related to Beverly Afaglo? Ah, I'm a star. So my sister is now a star, you know. So they tend to be happy. And when my mom came down, she realized that people recognize me when she goes somewhere with me. So they love it. My family is very liberal. We are very open-minded people. So they just supported me all through, yeah. All
right. But do you remember the movie that gave you out to, you know, Ghanaians or people around to know that, okay, Beverly Afaglo is an actress?
Yes, I think it was The Princess Bride, because everywhere I went, people, they didn't know my name, but they would say, you are the one that Jackie died, that you came after Jackie, and everybody. Until dates, people still remember just that movie.
Wow.
They remember just that movie. They see me and they say, hey, do you know you made me cry in that movie? Do you know this? You know that some people said they were even scared I was a ghost. And yeah, so for Princess Bride, yes. I think literally the whole Ghana watched it at the time.
Yeah.
Princess Bride, everybody watched it. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's what brought to me.
Oh, okay. So now let's talk about some of the challenges you encountered during your acting career, in case someone wants to be an actress, what they should look out for. Do you remember any of
The challenges at our time is definitely different from now.
Okay.
Our time, selection, most of the producers were doing was you have to be a half caste.
Hey.
Yes, I think Jackie was the only dark person because she was a star already, so they can't help it. They need her. But we coming up, you have to be half caste or look in a certain way, or okay, you've done this before, so you are that person, so they want to, yes, that kind of thing. So the challenge was very difficult, and there was so much competition because a lot of young girls wanted to act at that time. Even though they do now, most of them want to cut corners. There was talent. There was talent. So it wasn't just about your beauty or what you're wearing or anything. Everybody is ready to act, and people were acting. They were really acting. We were daring like that people can master lines in 1 minute. They are ready because when you get that chance to audition for a role, it is your only chance. And the queue behind you is so long that you don't want to make a mistake, yes. So the challenge was the competition, which was healthy at the time, that there are so many people who want to be where you are. So that was the challenge. And the selection for, or I should say casting for the producers made it difficult for us to get into the acting field. But aside that, we were good, we were ready to work. I won't say even money was a challenge because it wasn't money for us at that time. And we love what we do. It's a talent, and the more you do it, the more you get better, the more you enjoy what you're doing. So that was the drive. So I wouldn't even call it a challenge. So majorly, the challenge was the casting.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we didn't look good enough. They were acting whack, but still they would choose them over us.
Next week on the Career Trail.
We are doing our bit. We are getting better at what we do. Even writers are doing amazing from before. Directors are doing great. Crew is doing great. I would rather say the producers are not diverse enough. Nigerians are daring. Here, banks don't support anything. They are so desperate for fame that they will do anything to be seen. So you get to know that producer A has slept with A, B, C, D. So it's one of the reasons some of us delayed. You can't say that I should come and grace your occasion, and because you are my friend, that is it. It doesn't happen in Nigeria. Nobody goes to any big event without getting an envelope.
The Career Trail. Your success journey begins here.